Good day, everyone. Nothing creepy going on here. Just some random guy walking through an alley with his GoPro, taking it out for a walk. You know, if you don't take them out for a walk, they might pee on the floor, so can't have that happening. So today, what camera is it? This is the Pentax PC35AF-M. I clearly almost forgot that. But anyways, this hunk of plastic is the best that 1983 could offer, or 82. I'm gonna put some specs up and around here in this business, but initial impressions here, I'm pretty optimistic. So we got some good sharp photos out of this. Minimum aperture is f2.8, so in theory, some low light response. Top shutter speed at 430th. And so hey, we might even be able to stop some action. Lots of choices for it to choose in terms of its auto exposure. We've got really big grip. This is actually kind of chunky, this whole thing. Nice big button, really easy to see the film frame counter. A bit of an exposure compensation option there, a little slider there to add 1.5 stops of light. Obviously self-winding, all the rewind controls on the bottom out of the way, so that's kind of nice. Of course, threaded screw for mounting to a tripod, and a pop-up flash, which I'll show you in a second. That it beeps to tell you that you're in a low light situation and that you should turn it on. So, in theory, foolproof. Now, whether that means we actually get decent shots, and it's anybody's guess. But because it's Pentax, even though it's plastic and it's winter and cold out here, I'm not really worried. But is that just a stereotype? I don't know. But anyways, let's go take some shots. Well, we're starting off strong. So I shot 3 frames outside, and then that shutter is locked up. So I think I'm gonna have to get this inside to warm it up and see if it recovers. Some initial impressions though after shooting it. I forgot to mention, you got a nice big DX override on the bottom to set this for whatever ISO you need to set it for. There is earlier versions that do ISO 400 only. This one goes up to 1000, which is nice. So clearly this actually isn't the first one from 1982, but I think this is from an update from 1985. It has a really crappy battery cover. That might be part of my issue there. It's almost like it's sticking out. And apparently my concerns about weather sealing in terms of keeping it warm enough for shooting has proven entirely false. So, 0 for 2. Anyways, we're gonna warm this up and try again. So, went and got a cookie. Guess I shouldn't eat it right now. And warmed it up. No luck, wasn't doing anything. And as you can hear, I thought it'd be a good idea to just rewind the film. You know, just kind of cut and run here. It's still rewinding. It's been a few minutes. I had only taken 14 shots on this, so this is royally pooched. Good times. So I will have to force this open and try to stop this from happening and see if there's anything salvageable here. But wow, that just really exploded, didn't it? So that's my life right now. Hope your day's going better. I'll be back if there's anything to be recovered from this. See you later. All right, that was interesting having that all explode on me. So next steps, what do I do to recover, and is it going to be fine? This is where things get fun. You will need a dev tank, you will need your busted ass camera, and you will need a t-shirt. No, this is not actually a t-shirt. This is a development bag. You stick your arms through here. In the bottom, you put your dev tank, your film, etc., and kind of go. So that's what we're going to do is, I don't know if I'll need the dev tank per se. I'll go over my strategy in a second, but that goes in because I might need it. Camera's going to go in because I definitely will need it. And we zip this up. I have a really crappy one from Amazon. I guess it's not really crappy, it's just, you know, I've already had zippers die on a couple of these things, but they are effective, so that's all that matters. And that's all in there now. Take off my Apple Watch because that might light things up. So what I'm going to do is I'm hoping that the film actually did rewind back into the canister, in which case I just need to transfer the film to the dev tank and we'll develop the few shots that I actually got before the camera died. But what also could have happened is it didn't actually wind anything, in which case I've got some loose film, not in the canister when I rip this thing open, in which case I'll have two choices: try to rewind it all back in or put it straight into the developer. Another possibility that I'm kind of hoping for, because it'd be kind of cool, is if it didn't wind in, but I still can wind it in, and then I will get it to a point where it's just like how you get film, where the little tab sticking out. I will feed it through the camera again, assuming that the camera is then working after that. I had 14 exposures on it, so I will literally do 14 exposures inside the bag where it's dark and it can't be double exposed or anything like that, and then I get it finished the roll. So that's what's going to happen. I just realized I forgot the most important tool for getting into the film canister if I need it. Let me go get that. All right, we are back. I have my super duper film from canister removal tool, and I don't know why it's not focusing. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's just a bottle opener. That goes in the bag too. Now, due to an off-screen error, I've actually completed this already, but I will give a demonstration of what to expect anyways. So, this bag has two sleeves. They are sealed by two elastics, one on the outside of the sleeve, one on the inside of the sleeve. Now, by hand and by feel, you can go in here and you'll find your film canister, and you will open it up with that bottle opener, and then you should be able to line it up with the spool from the Pentax tank, and you'll ratchet that on and keep it going until all the film's off, and then disconnect the spindle from the rest of the film, take off the tape, and you'll do all that without even looking. It'll all be by feel, so it'll take some practice. I haven't yet had a problem with it. I find 35mm much easier to mount on these spindles than 120, so that's a good news for anyone out there who's thinking about film. This is not as hard as 120. But, yeah, so I've recovered the film from the camera. It was sealed. We put it in here. I've already popped it open. I've already mounted it on the spindle. So now it's just a matter of developing the film and seeing what happened to those original pictures, as well as figuring out whether the camera is fixable. So now that everything's inside here and all sealed up, we can open the bag again, remove the tank, and then go develop this. In case you're curious, there is a lid on this obviously, but a little funnel inside for pouring in your chemicals. It is light sealed with just this funnel piece on, so literally once you've done the film change in the bag, You can take this anywhere, develop it how you like, with, you know, in your bathroom sink, in the kitchen, whatever, and you won't have to worry about exposing the film by accident. So that's how that's done. Let's go see if the pictures turned out. Okay, we are back, or I am back. I don't know if you're back. I hope so. Anyways, we're going to look at the results of developing the film. We used Kodak Gold 200. It's cheap. You can go to like Walmart and buy this for $5 a roll. So, hey, it's a good test, right? Anyways, before we start, just a kind of update on the problems I was having with this camera. I actually went through another roll trying to figure it out. Lots of unloading the roll, rewinding it, putting it back in, trying to figure out what was happening. I eventually almost gave up. I ripped it open in a fit of rage and actually found a loose wire and resoldered it. So now I'm feeling awesome and really special. We know that's a lie. Only my mom thinks I'm special, but you can't take this from me. I am awesome. Anyways, to the results. Again, like last time, I scanned in Epson Scan Pro and then again in Silverfast, just to kind of show the difference. And then for the fun of it, I did it a third time in Epson or in Silverfast and kind of made some manual adjustments just to see what you could possibly do or fix. But otherwise, mostly on auto. Epson Scan, or sorry, in Silverfast, I once again used the Kodak Gold profile for ISO 200 film to try to make things consistent. So let's get the show on the road. So here's the first shot. You know, I'm not really happy with the color grain on here, but overall it does feel sharper than the last camera we used, the AF600. This is Silverfast doing its auto thing. It seems to actually have missed the frame a little bit. It's really muddy. After manually adjusting for the frame and changing exposure, scanned again. Still pretty muddy, but I think we know now why it looks so muddy coming from Silverfast. Looking at this shot from Epson, scan again. If I zoom in, you see this really weird artifacting there on the left. That's from the de-scratch and dust function of the scanner or the software. And if you look on one of these ones coming from Silverfast, that's actually dealt with a lot better in terms of blending in. However, everything is all muddy, so trade-offs, I guess. We will do some scans on the next time where this is turned off just to see if we can get Silverfast as sharp looking as the Epson scan. So now focusing on the background, obviously autofocus is working on this camera. Colors are actually pretty nice, I think, considering there's still a little bit of this kind of color grain in there. Everything's a bit underexposed because it was just so bright out. I mean, it was super overcast, but bright. That's Canada at this point. So, sorry, no fancy good color here for you. This is actually using the 1.5 backlight exposure function on the camera. Super handy. The cat actually looks like it's decently exposed compared to the rest of it. Once again, we go into the Silverfast and it's muddy. Muddier from that anti-dust algorithm. Picture taken outside. Slightly warmer from the profile. And this one, as kind of heinous as this kind of hair here is, this is more the detail that I was hoping to see from 35mm. I mean, obviously I'm not expecting it to be as nice as 6x6 medium format, but this is much, much closer to what I was expecting. So, is it the lens on this? Is it the 200 ISO film that we tried this time? I don't think Kodak Gold is better than Portra, but there's definitely some kind of differences here. We'll find out more when we go into the second roll, but so far this is looking really promising. And just for the fun of it, so once again, you kind of see how that anti-dust and scratch algorithm treats that hair that was on here on the screen. So that's the results. Looking forward to the second roll. Hopefully I'll see you then. Please like and subscribe, or don't again, because of course nobody tells you what to do. Have a great day.